The secret morning routine that changes everything. Mindset motivation. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to own their mornings, while the rest of us just survive them? You know the type. They wake up glowing, energized, calm, sipping coffee like they're starring in their own movie, while you're still trying to remember what day it is. Here's the truth. It's not luck, genetics, or some magical sunrise energy. It's strategy. And more importantly, it's mindset. Because the real secret to a perfect morning routine isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right things with the right intention. So today we're going to uncover the psychology and structure behind a morning that actually sets you up for success, not stress. By the end, you won't just know what to do in the morning. You'll know why it works and how to make it stick. Let's dive in. The myth of the perfect morning. Let's start with a little truth bomb. There's no universal perfect morning routine. We've been fed this idea that the only way to win the day is to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for 20 minutes, journal, work out, read a book, drink green juice, and somehow still have time to smile at the sunrise. But here's the problem. When you build a routine based on someone else's life, you disconnect from your own rhythm. What works for a CEO in Silicon Valley may not work for a single parent, a night owl, or a creative freelancer. The real perfect morning isn't about copying, it's about designing. Designing a routine that matches your energy, goals, and lifestyle. Because the best morning routine is the one that you actually look forward to. So, the first step? Let go of the myth that there's one right way. Instead, ask yourself, what kind of morning helps me feel grounded, focused, and alive? That question alone changes everything. The core of a powerful morning. Intention over action. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Your morning doesn't start when you wake up. It starts with your intention. Every action you take in the morning is a signal to your brain. This is the kind of day we're going to have. If your first action is to grab your phone and scroll, your brain instantly shifts into reaction mode. You're no longer creating your day. You're consuming it. But if your first action is intentional, even something small like breathing, stretching, or journaling a single thought, you're training your mind to lead, not follow. Here's the formula: intention, action, emotion, momentum. Once you start your morning with intention, your entire day gains direction. That's why how you do things matters more than what you do. You can meditate for 2 minutes or 20. You can journal a single sentence. What matters is that you're conscious. The moment you choose awareness over autopilot, that's when your morning becomes powerful. The 4 elements of a grounded morning now. That you understand the mindset? Let's get practical. Here are the 4 key elements that make up an effective morning routine, not based on hype, but on human psychology and neuroscience. Movement. Wake up the body. Wake up the mind. You don't need an intense workout. You just need movement. When you move, even for 5 minutes, your body releases endorphins and oxygenates your brain. You shift from "I just woke up" to "I'm alive." Try this. Stretch your arms and back. Take 10 deep breaths. Walk outside or around your room. You'll be surprised how much mental clarity comes from physical motion. Because remember, the body leads, the mind follows. Part 2. Mindfulness. Center. Before you start, most people jump straight into doing. But powerful mornings begin with being. You can meditate, breathe deeply, pray, or just sit quietly with your coffee. The point is not to empty your mind. It's to return to it. You're reminding yourself, before I enter the world, I choose who I am. Even 2 minutes of stillness can rewire your emotional state. That's not spiritual fluff, that's neuroscience. 3. Mental fuel. Feed your focus. Your mind is most receptive in the first hour after waking up. So whatever you feed it, that's what will echo throughout your day. If you scroll social media, you feed distraction. If you read something inspiring, journal, or plan your goals, you feed direction. Ask yourself, what do I want my mind to consume first? Maybe it's a quote, A few pages of a book or a podcast that aligns with your goals. Feed your focus, not your fear. So, clarity. Choose one win before diving into your to-do list. Pause. Don't ask what do I have to do today? Ask, what would make today feel meaningful if I got just one thing done? That's your anchor. When you start your day with clarity, you create momentum instead of chaos. Because success doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing the right thing with intention. The psychology of consistency, making it stick now. Let's talk about the hardest part. Consistency. We all start strong, right? Day 1 feels amazing. Day 2, still good. Then life happens. You oversleep, you get busy, you don't feel like it. So how do you keep going when motivation fades? Here's the secret. Don't rely on motivation. Rely on identity. When you see yourself as someone who takes care of their mornings, you don't negotiate with yourself every day. You simply act in alignment with who you are. This is the same principle elite athletes use. They don't wake up deciding whether to train. They just do it, because it's who they are. So instead of asking, how do I stay motivated? Ask, who do I want to become through this routine? Once you anchor your behavior to your identity, consistency becomes natural. Here are 3 quick tips to make it last. Start ridiculously small. 2 minutes of journaling is better than 0. Consistency matters more than intensity. Stack it onto something you already do. Habit stacking, like meditating right after brushing your teeth, helps your brain link the actions together. Celebrate the process, not perfection. Every time you follow your routine, even halfway, you're rewiring your brain for success. Perfection is fragile. Progress is powerful. The energy equation. Your night shapes your morning. Here's a truth most people forget. A great morning starts the night before. If your evenings are chaotic, endless scrolling, late-night work, or emotional overstimulation, your mornings will feel heavy. So, think of your night as the foundation for your morning. Try this. Dim your lights 30 minutes before bed. Reflect on one win from the day. Set out your clothes or journal for tomorrow. When you signal your body and mind that the day is complete, you create space for deep rest, and powerful mornings naturally follow. Because your energy isn't something you wake up and find. It's something you preserve and build. Your routine is a mirror. Here's the deeper layer. Your morning routine is not just about time management. It's a reflection of your relationship with yourself. If your mornings are rushed and reactive, it might be a sign that you're living on autopilot, constantly responding to life instead of creating it. But when you start your day intentionally, even with small acts of care, you're telling yourself, I matter. My energy matters. My peace matters. And that simple belief, practiced every morning, changes everything. Because when you learn to lead your morning, you start to lead your life. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, don't try to be perfect. Just be present. Pick one element from today's video. Maybe it's a 2-minute meditation. Maybe it's choosing your one win and commit to it for a week. Watch how it shifts your focus, your energy, and even the way you talk to yourself. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone who's been feeling stuck in the chaos of their mornings. They might need this reminder too. Because at the end of the day, the secret to a perfect morning routine isn't about control. It's about connection with your body, your mind, and your purpose. Every sunrise is a second chance. So don't just wake up, rise.